Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ace Attorney. Um, Last time we had just saved ourselves from accusation, and now we have to save Miss Rhoda Tenero from accusation. While we still have no idea who the actual killer is. So we are now entering the cargo hold to find something we might need. Wow, so this is this cargo hold, huh? And he's gone. It's so big! Oh my god, that's so many briefcases. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. So is this the real scene of the murder? There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Alright. Where to start first? Actually, you know what? Gumshoe, I'm gonna listen to you ramble for a minute. Do you notice anything? This cargo hold is really big. I can't believe they can fit stuff like that in here. Detective, what are you going on about? We're in the middle of an investigation here. Whoa, stuff's falling on me. I can't really get into my work without something like this happening first. Well, let's get the show on the road. So which item do you want to start on? In this world, there are those who are masochistic, and then there's Gumshoe. So that flight attendant, Rhoda Tenero, she's the killer, isn't she? I don't think we can say for sure yet, but there certainly are a great number of things pointing us in that direction. You mean like how she didn't tell us about her buying her own suitcase? Yes. However, in regard to that keycard being stolen, I can't seem to find any evidence that she's lying about that. I don't think there's anything really worth presenting to him, unfortunately. Sorry, Gumshoe. You wiggle your eyebrows at someone else. I'm not talking to you. You're annoying. Suitcase. Hello, suitcase. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we take a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karm in it, sir. Looks like a profile on Francisca. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? That is an excellent question. What do we got puzzle piece-wise? Broken glasses. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't see how broken glasses and that can... Wait a minute. Flammable? All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable. And this says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Excuse me? Just what kind of operation is this airline running? A lot of them. Officer, have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir. Haven't noticed a thing. I'm not sure that he meant to sound so oblivious. Well, it seems to be a thing for... You know what? Fine. I'll talk to you. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. Seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Why? I've been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime, but it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Okay. Interpol is involved? It's a top-secret operation, so we can't tell you any more than I already have. That's great. So, oh wait. Then the thing is in the puzzle piece. Okay. Suitcase. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company's planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? Practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. Think so? Well, maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass. And Miss Tenero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments? Uh-oh. Well, I think we know what part of the puzzle piece is. I'm gonna finish checking the rest of the stuff here before I puzzle piece it up. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Damn. So what's this green box? No comment? Alright, fine. Elevator. Oh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Come on, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move. Oh yeah. I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without this special key card. Both the door to the attendance room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. Alright, puzzle piece time. Broken glasses and glass shards. Huzzah! I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses' lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit too early to draw a conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Alright. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska? Oh, I know. Bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol Agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Well, Franziska? Truth behind Hicks. Open up. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed, which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figured it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So he really did come here to receive an Interpol agent, then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Oh boy, new puzzle piece. He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have a pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Deal. Ow. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Franziska, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No. Unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew, and entered the cargo hold with that person who let them in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases, and they entered the elevator. But while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open, and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere, which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Hey, we did it. Oh man, I forgot how dead I was. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth, but the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. Oh boy, it's fighting time. run hands. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tannero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? Alright. I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. That's it? Alright, that's it. Alright. So it's a group member and another picture. I'm pretty sure I don't have any other. Yeah, I'm gonna have to press her.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tannero.
Objection!
Oh. It's highly likely? Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Now. Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence, Be quiet! You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tannero, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Ugo piggy bank? Yes, she is also the only person with a key to open that display case. Heard that there's a matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. And I'm pressing on this. Fuck you. But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgerton. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as a murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? The crime scene? I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. We might train up the murder weapon if we search all over the cargo hold and luggage. Did you think I hadn't thought of that? Even now we're searching through them. But we haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon. Ah, damn it. Body. Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes. We don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks' head is consistent with the murder weapon, quote-unquote? Scruffy! Yes, sir? Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks' autopsy. You do not need to whip my man. Yes, sir! And he's gone. We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Uh-oh. What's your problem, bud? What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this is one thing for sure. Report, now! Doc said that it's one giant bruise from beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area? Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Interesting. Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they're still looking into that, sir. Well, that's not exactly helpful. You're completely useless. I don't blame him. That's the medical examiner's fault. Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. Oh, no. What is all that racket? Oh, God, what is he doing? My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there's no choice. Finally, I think you give it. Hey, what are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force. You won't get past me. Ow. This is... Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing has been about. Further, there's... Oh, flashbacks. Okay. Am I about to solve a puzzle while this man's falling? Which all know we've been searching the entire cargo and came up empty-handed. Says one giant bruise. Ooh. Yup. Alright. Oh boy. I'm not sure, actually. Smuggling ring, Ooga Piggy Bank. I'm gonna guess this. Fuck. Damn it. I'm fucking myself over. Do it. God damn. I'm about to die. I just tried this, didn't I? Yeah. What the fuck? Okay, so I've tried literally every combo except this. What? Okay. There we go, Jesus fucking Christ. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Oh boy, okay. Great, I get to do this more. I'm gonna... Oh, thank God. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlook from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca! What? What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. What, you did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with some evidence. You still aren't listening at all, are you? Come on, then show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I don't have any, because it's not an actual item. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps you should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of his death. Freefall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free-falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back, and the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there's some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, this answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal. quiet! Why are you screaming? He's alive! And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. Current circumstances? What's that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Brigadian pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Ha! As if there could have been a window of time when that giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? What can I use to show her that it's possible that the box is not always where it is now? Oh, the refueling. You refueled in the Republic of Zhengfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhengfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's labeled Zhengfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhengfa. Alright. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of that flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. And first, I would need to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Oh boy, new investigation. This is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue. Never heard of it. Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Let's get investigating, sir. Oh, damn, he's zooming. Look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Oh boy. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc? Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red Statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more. Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective. Darn. How did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. Very valuable, you say? Any by chance it was smuggled? Oh, I'm so smart. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zhengfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Alright, come here, nerd. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. You mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why did you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say? It says as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in this certificate. No, that's... Which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. However, hold on. The Zangfa refueling. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right. This. I know I've seen this somewhere before. That's the statue in the picture. This is the Aleph Red? It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. Interesting. I believe a closer look is warranted here. So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. Are these eyes made of some sort of a gem? That's a real nice shade of orange. For a sec, I couldn't even tell they were jewels. Oh, but I think they kind of remind me of the eyes of this stray cat that lives near my house. Are the eyes supposed to be this color? I suppose the statue is a fake? Yes. Hang on. Hear me out. Yeah, those are red. Eureka! These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They reminded me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember staying down in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Sir, they're red! As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc, what do you want? Do you not know I'm a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Aleph Red, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is going to be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but what is that? Sympathy? For what? You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why the sudden yelling? Now then. Oh. There's a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. What? Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. A fake? I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that it's indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zangfa. And I present to you the evidence that will resolve this remaining contradiction. Alright. Wait a minute. Okay, this is the Zangfa Express, and the tarp is under this. What's this? The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. Kind of resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. You, what did you said just now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate. Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it. Oh. So this Aleph Red is fake. That art dealer isn't looking too happy about it either, sir. I'll get to the bottom of this, for his sake as well as mine. I can't believe you're able to tell this is a fake from a single glance, sir. You knew right away that its eyes were a different color than the ones in the photo. Yes, unlike a certain detective who needs to try a little harder. The fact that this is a fake means it was swapped with the real one at some point. Okay, that's gonna have nothing to do with it. What I have here? It says Zangfa Express on the cloth, sir. Something is tugging on the corner of my mind. It's that something is out of place. Yeah, this thing's stepping on it, like I just said. What would that contradict with? The certificate? Eureka! Not entirely confident that there's a contradiction here. What do you think, detective? Well, I think it's really suspicious looking, sir. My well-trained gut tells me so. I see. Well, then I must be mistaken. Oh, come on, I answer confidently. You take that to mean we're out of course, sir. Oh, no, it's gotta be the tape, because this was brought on Zhengfa, and this wasn't. Fuck. How the fuck do I prove that, though? Like, okay, so I got the certificate. It's gotta be here. Statue? Not entirely. Fuck. Okay. We're getting dangerously low here. I'm gonna save. We'll try it. There's clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. That's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue's on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhengfa, there's no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhengfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. He could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At the time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have had no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge, which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Interesting. Oh, thank God. Oh, it's not enough. I need more. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was going to get nabbed, huh? Hi, Hicks. Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe to Zhengfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now! Mr. Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Alfred statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction. Ooh. I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot. That seems like a lot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? Oh, wait, no. The cloth. The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhengfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have been discovered during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhengfa? There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder, but if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhengfa, then this becomes highly suspect. I have the testimony. Yeah. Yeah, the only testimony we have to question is Miss Meals. Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhengfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sit in his seat at 5 a.m., you know. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. And there you have it. So I will leave you guys until the next video. Do enjoy.